Good morning, everyone. It is I, Gina Louisa, here again this morning just to help raise the vibration of our collective consciousness. So this morning, I want to talk about how wonderful it is that we are all speaking up and speaking our truths. The vow of silence no more. Okay, and I was, back in my youth, because I grew up just so wanting to be close to God. And I studied to be a nun, and the vow of silence, that they want us to do. And what I found out that vow of silence is to try to stop people from knowing all the filthy, awful, rotten things the priests are doing. You're not supposed to say where their hand was or what they were doing or what you saw. You're not supposed to say. I've heard it said, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. How many people have heard that, right? What it really should be is if you can't do something nice, if you can't do something good, if you can't do something good, then don't do anything at all. If you can't do something nice, then don't do anything at all, okay? In a way, because if you can't say something nice, then don't say anything. I mean, don't go around just trying to find rotten things to say. It's like, oh wow, doesn't that look nice? Huh, that's so beautiful. And then somebody turns around and says, oh well, it could be this and it could be that. And you shouldn't. I mean, don't be a naysayer and everything that comes out of your mouth is just rotten. Because I know plenty of people like that. No matter what you say to them, the first thing out of their mouth is no. Blah, 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 blah. And they got to give you a naysayer or a counterpart. That's true, too. Don't be a naysayer, okay? If somebody says, hey, this looks like that, or that reminds me of that, or doesn't this taste like that, or doesn't that taste like that? Try to say, first. And see their point of view first before you say, no, I think it's more like this. Or no, I think that. Or no. And then in my life, I've experienced people will say no and then turn around and give the same opinion I just gave. Wait a minute, you just said no. And then your opinion was exactly what I just said. Well, why did you say no first? Why did you say you disagreed first? Just to be disagreeable. So, oh my God, we get that so much, right? Especially we, the light workers. Because, we do try to see what's real and what's true. And when you point it out to people, they get so offended. Oh, how dare you know? Oh, what do you think? You always gotta be right. I always gotta know the truth. Well, you know what? I'd rather be right than going around being not right. Right? I wouldn't be on here speaking if I wasn't sure, so sure of the things that I'm saying. Unlike very many times I see a video, people put on video, hi, we're going to teach you about this stuff. And I'm tasting it for the very first time. How are you going to teach me if you're tasting it for the very fucking first time? Or they say it wrong, or they cook it wrong, or they do it wrong. Because it's the first time. All I'm interested in is getting a video out. Let me see, look around. What can I put a video about? Anything. Even though they know nothing about it. Okay? If you're flapping your gums about something that you know nothing about, do you think God's happy with you? It's the purpose for doing something. Truth is what we light workers are putting out there. To the detriment of ourselves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We're, the emperor is naked, and then all the gods are going to come at us and shackle us off. And you're still saying, but the emperor is naked, everybody admit it. You don't see any new clothes, right? And they go up to the emperor and touch. You say, see, I don't feel any new clothes either, Okay, maybe the cloth was invisible, but it certainly isn't intangible. You can't touch it. If something is intangible, it isn't there, right? Even air, you can feel it on your hand. It's there because you can feel it. as you go through it, right? But the emperor's new clothes are totally made of nothing, just talk. And it's up to us. It is our obligation. It is, not just, well, you go ahead and say it if you see it, but it was your obligation to set it straight, you know, like, like the outer space thing. And oh God, every time NASA posts anything, I have to go in and debunk because I have to set it straight. There's no such thing as outer space, okay? It's all one big thing. The light comes in. The reason we can't get up above the firmament is because, you get the lightest element, you get hydrogen, one and one, one attract and one repel. We call them protons and electrons, okay? One and one. Okay, but before they came together, they make that thing, that first the first firm. It was just light. Okay, we know this. Okay, I've said it before. We watch the firmament. It's our obligation to say it. Every time somebody says something that's not true, I have an obligation to go and say, no, this is the God's honest truth. The way it really is. And we light workers, that's what it's about. So we are not unafraid, okay? We are unafraid to speak the truth because, it's not for anybody's reason but for our own. I'm in this life and I'm going to get it from point A to point B without ever lying to myself. And if that means that I got to speak truth to everybody else, then that's what it means, okay? I'm so happy with you light workers. I really am. That you're in any way that you can, you're trying to get that truth out. The astrologer should say, what does it really, really mean? I mean, we really are in a brand new time. All of that heavy energy we've been in over the past, it's been very muddy. Let's just say it that way. Water and earth makes a lot of mud. Okay, but now the sun is coming out. We're getting that fire energy now, warming up the earth and drying everything up, right? And some air to nice warm breezes through our soul to help us sprout everything anew. All of those seeds that we planted decades ago in our soul have been underneath that watery, mucky stuff because that's what they needed. They needed that to really, really grow, to really, really see. We had to go inner and explore. No matter what we wanted to feel, we had to explore what do we really feel. Like no matter what we wanted to see in the world, this is really what we see. Okay? So instead of, this is, you're coming at me like this, but what do I really see there? You know what I'm saying? This is what we are in a time of discernment. Pure, true, honest discernment. The truth. Never be silent again with the truth. And if anyone asks you to cover up a truth or to lie for them, or don't say this or don't say that, or what I mean? It's because they're trying to pull you into their filthy, negative, down energy, and don't let them. Or people say, "Oh, will you lie for me? Will you say this or will you?" I say, "Nope." All my life, it's like, no, I won't let me. You won't lie for me. Like, won't you just say I was with you instead of with? No, I won't. They better not ask me. Whoever you're trying to lie to, better not ask me, because I'm gonna tell them the truth. Okay? You better make them avoid Gina, because Gina won't lie for anyone, okay? I won't lie to myself even. I won't even lie to myself in that. Oh, God. When you're trying to be true to yourself, so, because you got all your parts. You've got your right brain, you've got your left brain, you've got your heart. Okay, and your heart knows the truth, and your left brain and your right brain is saying, yeah, but and you're trained to this, and you're logicking it, and you're feeling it, and you're logicking it, and but. But if it doesn't settle with your heart, you can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. No more lying. No more silence. Vowing silence. No, we're going to speak our truth. We're going to speak our joy. You know what? When we, the truthful, are silent, all the lies are out there. All the filth. I mean, look at it, all right? We've been quiet. We've sat back and we've watched. All right, go ahead. You're in control. Go ahead. Let's see what you do with it over the past couple of 1,000 years. You know? And what have they done? Right? So everything that's been happening, look at it. It's only led us into degradation and filth. Okay, so now we're going to stop all that from in here, okay, and here. And we're going to start doing only good things, thinking good, positive, prosperous in the way not money prosperous, but prosperous in real ways. You're going to prosper with helping the earth, right? Because fresh air, fresh water, good soil, it keeps us abundant forever, okay? Energy, we'll learn free, wonderful ways to make it. You want to know? Just ask me. It's easy, okay? Abundance is the easiest thing. It's filth that they create. It's filth and lack that they create. Those with their lies. All right, that's what lies create. They say, oh, this is good for you. You know, they frost it all up and nice and make it pretty and put all kind of candies on top. But it's really just a turd under there. You know what I'm saying? Because a turd is what they got cheap. A turd is, whatever they can find cheap. They don't have to pay for it. They'll ship one out and then they'll frost it all up and say, here you go. Here you go. You know, don't. And it doesn't look right, doesn't smell right. But they're telling you to ignore your senses. No, really. Ignore it. It has to taste bad to be good. And that's such a lie. I got everything that the elites tell you to try to get you to buy something. Like your blood is poisoning you, but this pill will save your life. It's all lies, okay? Everything they tell you is a lie. For them, they're trying to take your God-given power, okay, away from you. You know, how many people who are my age, I'm 65, I got like 1 foot in the grave already. They've been marching toward the grave since birth. On pills, and been told, oh, you're sick and you're wrong and there's something wrong with you and you're damaged. And since birth, they want you to be a customer. That's all. They want you to be. I just never bought into that. You know, I was born with osteogenesis imperfecta. Okay, brittle bones. It's not an easy thing to be broken all the time, you know. But I didn't buy into the fact that they told me I would never walk. She may hobble someday, but she'll never truly walk. Well, I proved them all wrong because I can dance, okay? I'm graceful. I learned that not to do the things that they were telling me to do. Because what they were telling me to do, because I'm brittle, I had to wear elastic all the time, and I had to not do anything, and just the opposite. I do just the opposite. I wear no elastic. I let the fresh flow. I don't let my muscles atrophy. I use them. And because my muscles are firm, they keep the bone firm. And my osteogenesis imperfecta gets better and better because the bones are getting squeezed by my muscles. I'm just laying there and poop for muscles. Okay, so everything that the medical profession was recommending or prescribing, as they say. Now they say orders, doctor's orders. No more prescriptions or recommendations. It's doctor's orders. Oh, God. Everything that they were saying to me was to keep me a customer. Okay? Like, a few years ago, my neck got hurt. And they were broken little. And this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to, they were going to put screws and separate. They were going to put screws in my neck. I would have been fucking Frankenstein for the rest of my life. They wanted me on gabapentin, which would have made me get really, really fat and been, I couldn't have thought, I could never be thinking with screws in my neck. And I've seen people who had this. And I said, well, what about like therapy? You know, maybe I'll just forget what you're saying. And I scolded them for their recommendation. And what I did was I just like, little by little, I pushed everything back in place where it goes. And I strengthened myself. And it was hard and it took a long time, but you know what? I ain't got like Frankenstein screws. I'm still thin. You know what I'm saying? I'm still healthy and vibrant because I don't listen to them. I listen to God, okay? And God says, no, I can heal you, Gina. You regenerate. You don't degenerate. You're not a machine. You know, your joints and your stuff doesn't degenerate as you get old. I hear old people say, well, you know, my old bones are just all my old joints are all broken. It's because you believe so. It's because the things you do will help you to degenerate rather than regenerate. Okay? Read the truth. All right? No more will I be silent with the truth. I'm just going to keep spouting and spouting and spouting the truth because guess what? Light. We're shedding the light now. The dawn is coming. Yeah, I'm the teacher. Get up, look around, find yourself some fun. No sense in sitting there hating everyone, right? No man's an island and his castle isn't home. Then the nest to the bird ain't nothing when the bird is flown. Yeah, old Jethro told us a lot of wisdom there. Back when it was Ian Anderson. Truth. I see truth wherever it is, no matter the lies they try to tell you. You know, like Billy Shears instead of Paul McCartney. Like, come on, those of us who know. You know, the little kid at 4 years old and so in love with Paul McCartney, 5 years old. And then at 6 and 7, it's like, well, who the hell is that? That ain't the guy I'm in love with. That ain't his face. That ain't his cute little smile. That ain't his hair. That ain't nothing about him. Matter of fact, nothing about him is the same. You can't fool those who see the truth. And when you don't lie to yourself, and when you don't accept lies, and you only see truth, like force yourself, really, in the mirror, to you know what? Even though you've been going along this way, you know what? Really, honestly, I don't agree with that. Be honest. Finally, set yourself free. Let yourself see what's real. That's not a girl. That's a guy. Look at a big the jaw out there here and the shoulders out there here. And come on, Ugh. Or that ain't a guy. He's got no shoulders. They go like this. You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't grow a beard if he tried. And there's like a guy doesn't have like a widow's peak. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't recede. Just like you got all these women who are receding now. We can tell what's fake and what ain't fake. And I don't want to hurt their feelings and not say that I know what the truth is. Don't worry about that, okay? Don't worry about that. See the truth in them. It's the best thing you can do for them is to really look through the illusion and see the God-given truth of the person that stands before you. The God-given truth of everything in before you. So that's what we're here for. We are here to see God's given truth. I love you all so much. And I'll be with you in the next video.